Hello astronomy students, this is Mr. Stockbridge. I'm here to do a quick demonstration on how you should go about beginning and taking your measurements for the changing positions of the moon project. So just like many of the other projects, the key aspect of this is, first of all, you always need to be standing at the exact same location for every measurement. Now what I've done is I've already done a little bit of drawing here since we have some patchy clouds tonight. The key thing for this project is you're sketching your local horizon. So here you see you don't need a lot of artistic ability. Here's our hoop house. And then this is just a very, very rough trace of the horizon surrounding the hoop house. We have this little clump of trees off to the right, over here, and then this gap. Off to the left, okay, there's the hoop house. You can see the horizon's flat, and then we have this little up with the trees right there. Now what we're going to do is we're going to measure the location of the moon relative to the horizon. For your first measurement of the project, you kind of want to frame it so that the moon is at the center of your sketch. Chances are you'll need to add a second piece of paper as the project goes on and the moon changes position, but you don't know which direction the moon is going to travel yet. And actually, the rate it travels and its exact trajectory will change during the course of the year. So let's take a look at the sky. Right now, the moon, you may or may not be able to see in the camera, is hiding right behind that patch of clouds right there. Right there.
Yep, there it is.
Right at my fingertip. So you won't be able to see it very well in the camera, but we'll work with what we have. The key thing is we're going to take the position of the moon and you're going to drop down and see exactly where that is on your horizon. So here it's literally right in the middle of the hoop house. So I'm doing this in marker so that it stands out on the camera. You will absolutely want to do this with pencil yourself, so pencil, not marker. Now as far as the height of the moon, there it is. That's looking better. The height of the moon, it's up a ways. It's up probably 30 degrees or so. You're going to sketch the position of the moon and the shape of the moon. So if you look closely, that is a crescent. It's getting close to quarter. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw that on our page here. So here we go. Perfect timing since it's fallen behind the clouds. Let's just put it roughly here. And again, I'm exaggerating things a bit so that the size kind of shows up on the camera. The moon is obviously not that large in the sky, so you won't draw it that large in the sky. The other key aspect is you always have to take your measurement from the same location and the same time on the clock. So here it is, it's 8:13. So we're going to mark our date, 8:31. 8:13 p.m. Some versions of the project require you to also measure the altitude and the azimuth of the moon. Remember, azimuth is just a fancy term for compass bearing, so you don't need to measure the moon itself. What we do is we just see the compass bearing of where is directly below the moon on the horizon. So and what's directly in the middle of the hoop house from where I'm standing here. For the altitude, remember you can use any of the techniques that you learned during lab night. Any of those are fair game, but again, please mark those on your page as you do this. You will have to add more paper as the project goes on. That's okay. One key thing to keep you from having to add on a bunch of pieces of paper is do try and as you sketch your horizon, zoom out a ways. You don't want to draw just a really narrow section because the moon will travel and you want to try and get a couple of measurements on your single piece of paper. Those are all of the basics for the lunar observation project as far as changing positions. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know.